quiet little village surrounded by green fields and a winding river lived a tiny yellow chick named Peep. Peep was no bigger than a teacup and often got lost in the tall grass. But what Peep lacked in size, he made up for in heart. One day, after days of heavy rain, the river overflowed. Water rushed into the village, filling homes and fields. The villagers ran to higher ground, grabbing their children and animals. Chickens clucked loudly, cows mooed in fear. But in the panic, no one saw what Peep saw. In a small wooden house near the river's edge, through the open window, a baby lay crying in a crib, alone. The water was rising fast. Peep chirped loudly, trying to get the attention of the others, but his voice was too small. No one noticed. Without wasting a second, Peep jumped into the rushing water. He paddled with his tiny wings, barely staying afloat. A floating basket drifted by. Peep climbed on. Balancing carefully, he rode the current like a boat, steering with a stick he grabbed along the way. When he reached the house, the water was already up to the window. Peep jumped in through the open sill and flapped up to the crib. The baby's little eyes were wet with tears. Peep tugged and chirped until he managed to tilt the crib gently, and the baby rolled into the basket. Peep jumped in after him, holding the stick like a paddle. With the current pulling them fast, Peep guided the basket through the floodwaters, avoiding logs and debris. Finally, after what felt like forever, the basket reached the hilltop where the villagers stood, watching in awe. A mother ran forward, her eyes full of tears. "My baby!" she cried, lifting the child from the basket. Peep collapsed on the grass, soaked but proud. That day, the villagers didn't just rebuild their homes. They built a statue of Peep at the riverbank, the tiniest chick with the biggest courage. And from that day on, Peep wasn't just a little chick. He was a hero.